Hi everyone and welcome back. I have an MG Serrature HS. It's a high pin count lock. There's 15 pin stacks. 5 on the left, 5 on the top, and 5 on the right. There's the key. You can see the bitting. Whoa. Key works. It's locked up. We'll be tensioning with, what is this? 2mm pry bar, clockwise. And picking with number 5 multi-pick flag. Starting on the left with pin 1, it's loose. 2 is loose. 3 is binding. Got to click on 3. 4 is loose. 5 is binding. Got to click on 5. 4 is binding now. See if I can sneak the flag in there. Got to click on 4. 3 is loose. 2 is loose. Yeah. 1 is binding. Binding hard. Gonna ease off tension a bit, get some counter rotation. Gotta click on 1. It's now loose. 2 was binding just a little bit, I nudged it. Gotta click and some core movement. 3 is loose. 4 is loose. 5 is loose. Let's go to the right side. 1 is springy. 2 is springy. 3 is springy. 4 is binding. Gonna let off tension a little. Gotta click. A little bit of rotation. 5 is binding. Again, I'm gonna ease off tension a bit. Gotta click there. Let's go back. 1 is springy. 2 is springy. 3 is springy. 4 is springy. Where's 5? 5 is springy. Let's go to the top. I'm using a Jimmy 19 medium flat. 1 on top is loose, 2 is binding. Gotta click there, and it's open. So one of the things I noticed with this lock, and I guess it's part and parcel of picking with a flag and a high pin count, is that sometimes I'll get that far. I only have to pick 1 pin on top, and I think it's because the flag, when I'm picking, say, the left pin, is interacting with other pins. And the same for the right. When I'm picking on the right side, the flag is interacting with possibly top pins and left side pins. So I think what's happening is that I'm actually setting pins unintentionally and shortening the picking process. Sometimes when I pick, like I said, I only have to pick the top pin and it'll open. Sometimes I have to go through the top pins a couple times. And sometimes I get into an overset situation and I have to let off tension a little bit, let something fall, and then it'll open. So I guess we got lucky this time. Anyway, let's get to the gutting, because this will be a bit of a journey. So the lock is open. Let's lock that back up. Get it out of the vise. Tweezers. Okay. So let's get this out. How do I do this again? All right. Almost forgot there. So you don't really need. Do I? What am I doing here? No, this will pull the core. All right. Woo! Almost had a problem there. So I'm gonna take the key out. I'm going to loosen this. Oh, that's the wrong size. I'm gonna loosen this screw, and that will allow us to slide the plug and I guess you call it a sleeve that acts as a Bible. This should all slide out together. Did I go far enough? Nope, not quite. Give that another turn. Okay. Look at the key. Which one's first? So the top, left, and then right. Here we go. So there's the first top one. You can see, and then there's a left side one coming into view. These springs are quite small and they like to jump. So I'm going to start, how am I going to do this? Start at the bottom, we'll go bottom up. Middle. Great thing about these drivers is that they have a recess in them, which makes pulling them out super easy with those tweezers. There's the key pin. I have my finger covering the holes on the right side, and I just felt a spring pop out against my finger. Come on, you. Doesn't want to come out with the tweezers. There we go. Over to the right. Driver. Key pin and a wafer. So there is some mastering in this one. Back back to the center. Now, I wonder, because on the right side, I don't know if you noticed, but on the right side, pins 1, 2, and 3, I thought were 0 left. I didn't have to do anything to them. But I wonder if all 3 of them have mastering. I guess we shall see. That spring come out? Yep. It's that left side. Gutting these locks always makes me nervous. There's so much going on. It always seems like one wrong move. And everything will go for a flight. There we go. And right side. Spring. Got the driver. Let's see, oh, is that a wafer? Yep, there's a wafer in right side number 2 as well. What's next? Top. Almost getting out of frame there. Come on. There's the key pin. What's next? Left side. Almost had a runaway there. Left side, right side is next. And then center. Okay. So this is right side 3. Wonder if there's a wafer? Nope. There's no wafer in that one. Oh. Center number 4. And then left side 4. Come on, you. Just flipped over. There we go. And right side. What was that? outside form, driver, key pin. Next is top 5. So this is where it gets a little bit hairy for me. The plug is almost, well, mostly out of the cylinder, and it's more likely to shift around. What am I doing? Top side 5. Yep. And if it shifts around, of course, the pins might go. What's next? Left, left. Almost there. If you're still with me so far, thank you. Left side 5. Keep in. And last but not least, right side 5. Got it. Now that should be it. I don't think there's any other surprises there. So we can get the driver and the key pin out of there. Now, where is that clip? There it is. So I took the clip off the back here because this one is probably the most difficult clip I've ever had to take off before. It took so long that I had to start over recording over again because I was thinking it's getting really, really long. Anyway, so I took it off and left it off. That's normally right on the back here. It fits in that slot. If you look at the clip, there's a little notch in it, and I was worried about that being the weak spot, and I didn't want to break the clip with repeated ons and offs, so I took it off a while ago and I left it off. Anyway, so here's the sleeve and the plug. You can see the holes in the sleeve, and they're all offset from each other. So even when everything is fully populated, you can spin the core around and nothing will drop in where it shouldn't be. Here's the plug. Some drill protection, I suppose, or is that maybe holes for construction keying? I don't know. Oh, there's no rods in them. It's not drill protection. And they're offset from one another. That must be for construction keying. Interesting. Anyway, that's the plug. You can see inside here, there's nothing much going on there. It's really just a holder for everything else at this point. There's just that screw that holds things in place. That screw would fit in that depression. Okay, let's get a close-up of the pin. Let's look at the drivers. I don't think there's anything special about the drivers. They look like they're kind of standard. None of them have any interesting features on them. Where did I get that from there? Like, it doesn't look like any of them are spooled. I don't know that any of them are tapered in any way. They're all about the same size too. Anyway. All right, let's get a close up. There we go. Oh, we're at 20 minutes here. It's a bit longer than I'd like. But there you go. There's all the guts. 15 pin stacks. It's a fun pick. It's got good feedback. Tensioning is a bit tricky. There's a very narrow sweet spot with this one, and oversets are super easy. It took a little bit of practice to get it to get the tensioning and the pick pressure right. Anyway, it's going a bit long. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.